but you're never gonna be me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stain from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they see me. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan, up in the house. I'm going to bring my ladies in real quick. We do have some absences tonight. Janae won't be with us. What's up, Dr. Lizard? How you doing, man? We got Ando. What's up? How you doing? We got some absences tonight. Shaw's still having internet issues. Hopefully he'll get those fixed soon. In the meanwhile, Janae is also not feeling well. See, we kind of running short-handed, but we got it. There's Janae right there. Getting better. Hopefully she'll be back next week. All right, let me hit up with these ladies that we do have with us. First, she is a writer for GNN. She is the TikTok and cosplay queen. What's up, Kat?
Like, what happened? I was gone for a week. Did we like travel through time? Like, you're like 20 years younger. What happened?
Yeah. Yes, I've gotten younger. I'm 21 again. Yes.
Well, I mean, hey, at least you can still hit the club, right?
That's right. I can get back and
right.
still get into the club. There we go. And next up, we're bringing our resident streamer girl in. Diamond, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
Chilling, man. Ooh, chilling. I am so happy. A lot of stuff with, I know, right? I hate them too. I hate them.
But they give us money because we're pretty.
That's true. They give us money. That's true. Leisure.gg. Don't forget. Go sign up over there. Yes. But I just feel if you're paying for a service, you shouldn't be getting ads regardless. This is me.
You pay YouTube?
No. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I do YouTube Premium. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But I do Hulu too. But I don't do the ad one, the no ad plan.
See, I almost miss my ads plan because that's when I get up and go get snacks.
That's true.
Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. I need snacks.
Oh man, get better, Janae. Hopefully you'll be back with us next week, Shaw. Hopefully get your internet working. But in the meanwhile, we got a lot to talk about. First thing I want to dive into, and I'm so glad this show is done. She-Hulk is done. And I don't know, has season 2 been greenlit? Has anybody found that out?
It's my understanding it is greenlit for season 2. Now, here's the thing. Actually, no, we'll hold me for last because I always talk a lot.
Okay.
We'll hold my opinions for last.
Okay, Diamond, did you see the episode?
I have not. I've missed out on like 3 episodes, but I've seen like clips of the final episode. I think one of them is with Hulk's son at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the last one I saw, and I'm like,
you ain't missing nothing. Trust, believe you ain't missing nothing. Yes, that is correct. We don't need it.
I just hope they have like a
bit far
animation for She-Hulk 2 for season 2.
Right. It started out well. It started, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it started out well. It started out really, really good. But around the middle of the series, that's when it started getting bad. And it never could correct itself. We titled last week's show that Daredevil couldn't even save it. And I just think it just got worse and worse as time went on. And I just didn't care for it at all. Kat, what's your opinion on it?
So here's my thing. I've read the comics. And bad CGI aside, like let's really just ignore that bad CGI.
It is terrible. Trash.
The way that they've actually stuck to the comic, in the way that they've modernized it, but they're still sticking to the truth of the comic, where she's fourth wall breaking. Mm-hmm. She like Daredevil has a real job. Mm-hmm. And I think the problem that a lot of people are starting to have is a lot of people weren't familiar with the Defenders characters. Right. And by that, I mean She-Hulk, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Punisher. Those characters they were not as familiar with. So people have had a hard time connecting with them and enjoying them because they want Marvel's Avengers. The Defenders are not the Avengers.
No.
All of the Defenders are they're grittier storylines. They're more realistic. People being upset that, She-Hulk smashed with Daredevil. Hello, totally canon. Totally canon.
That's why I say it went too far, because it was in the books.
Yeah, well, but it was in the comics. It's been in the comics.
Books. Yeah.
You can't get mad at any Defenders line series for having sex in it. Plain and simple, because all of those lines have them.
I just think that it just got worse as it because when something starts, it's supposed to be better the longer it goes on. I just think it just went downhill from like episode 2, 3 on.
So, but why do you think it went downhill?
It just became it's Kevin's fault.
Kevin's fault. Yeah, Kevin's fault.
To me, even bringing in Daredevil and those end scenes when you saw him carrying her bag, made one of the most interesting characters look bad. I think the comedy wasn't well written. The static episode, I could care less about. Her not. I just feel like it got worse because you tried to take her in different ways. We should have saw more fighting out of her than what we did. I just think that would have made it more interesting. At least to those dudes anyway. For
me, because of the fact that knowing the comic and that the comic was much more about the story, and it wasn't Banner's Hulk. It wasn't always going into a rage and slamming and beating things. You saw that in the episode before, which I wasn't here for last week's discussion on that, where, you see that part, which gets back to the very opening seasons that talk about the reason she was able to keep her Hulk in control better than Bruce, because as a woman, she has, and especially a woman in a powerful job, she is required to constantly do everything she can to keep that in check. And you saw that with the Intelligentsia episode when they've hacked her private information. They've hacked her personal information. They've now made this personal. And she had a moment where she lost it. As a woman, we've all done it. We've all had that waiting to exhale moment where we're like, car match? Yes, please. Or you have that moment where someone just says something and it strikes that nerve and you finally had enough that day, which is what makes her relatable. I can understand that for the men out there, maybe you can't relate to that. All you want, maybe you can relate to Intelligentsia because you know how the saying goes, the difference between a bitch and a hoe, right? A hoe will sleep with anyone, a bitch will sleep with anyone but you.
Exactly.
And that's really kind of gets down to how Intelligentsia was really founded. You have Todd, who went on a date with Jennifer, not She-Hulk. She went on a date with Jennifer, and Jennifer was like, nah, I think I'm going to pass on date 2. Wasn't rude about it, was just like, hey, you're not my cup of tea, dude.
Right. And
what does this guy do? He digs into her personal information, gets an entire organization of like-minded people behind him. Now mind you, don't get me wrong. Like, people want to talk trash about me on the internet all day long. I call you fans. If I take up that much of your life, you a fan. But it really breaks down though. That's real. And especially in today's world, those things happen to women more often than people realize, all because of the fact that we politely declined a date, or we were like, oh, I'm sorry, not interested. Like, I would like to think that men have evolved in, 20, 30 years, but no, not really. They keep disappointing me. But, someday maybe. But that's kind of a real thing. Those things happen. Women get angry, and what happens? Oh, she's a monster. She's crazy. No, she's finally a woman who had enough and stood up for the fact that she's had enough.
I just thought from Episode 1, good. Episode 2, good. 3, from then on, they were just reaching, and I just didn't like the way it was written. It could have been so much better. But again, it's been greenlit for season 2, so we'll see if they get better. It just disappointed me, kind of like Moon Knight did in that last episode. It just disappointed, and you might be right, because I know I can't relate to what a woman goes through being a dude, but I just think how my boy said, it was a wasted opportunity.
Well, and here's the thing. I think the 30-minute episodes were part of that waste. Because just as it starts to like build,
it cuts.
Yep. Yeah. It's like that Tom Petty song, Free Fallin', where the chorus is just like he fell out a window. It's like, free fallin'. You know?
Bam.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. That's the one thing. But it's over. It's done. So we will see where we go. Next thing on the play I want to talk about, this is for my girl Janae. Bleach is back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it
back.
going to be a disappointment? I'm too afraid to watch it.
Oh, it was good.
Was it? Okay.
Good.
Oh, yeah, see, it's on Hulu right now. Ooh,
yeah, because I saw it and I was like, oh, and I knew it was happening. I knew it was coming. But I'm like, yeah,
it was.
Don't
good.
hurt me.
Yeah, it was good.
Don't hurt me. I'm afraid.
It was good.
I needed a safe space.
What would Janae say?
What?
You gotta watch it, man. It was, wasn't it? That thing was. Oh, I had been that hyped up over Bleach in a long time. That thing was good, man. it was worth the price of Hulu.
Is it subbed or dubbed?
It's subbed.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get behind this. Like, at one point when I was watching Bleach, I had to switch sub to dub.
You like
that scarred me for life, because them voices ain't the same. Like, that was one of those, like, what the hell am I watching? I put on Bleach.
Right.
That's not the voice comes out of that mouth.
But you'll like this for real. You'll like it for real. It was really good.
I'll get caught up for next week. Then I was like, I scared.
Ooh. I think the next episode comes out Monday.
Gotcha.
You love it. It was great. What else hit? The new episode of Stargirl came out. Everything came out in the open on both sides.
What were they hiding? The town's freaking Mayberry. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just waiting on Andy Griffith to come out from somewhere. That's what I'm waiting on. Let Andy Griffith be part of ISA.
I mean, I get that they were trying to reach a younger crowd in the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
Like, they were trying to bring that in, make that whole family experience.
Right.
Nah, dog. No.
Making a whole PG-13 movie. But it was all right. Courtney finally got found out. She was dating. Everybody found out that Icicle's son has powers, and everybody was pissed at her because she didn't tell them. Teenage. Look, here's what's pissed me off about Stargirl. They are more hyped over Teenage Yanked than actually the JSA and the ISA. That's the thing that pisses me off. Because again, the characters are established already. So if your characters are established, you know who's who. Why don't you just go ahead and give us what we want to see? The JSA versus the ISA, find out who killed the gambler, move on to that stuff. I don't care about Dr. Midnight's daughter, or the person who took over Dr. Midnight. I don't care about her angst with her parents. That doesn't end. She pushed her parents away. That was already explained. That shouldn't be a big deal. Will the
tweens care?
We need to get to the fighting.
The tweens care though.
Man,
like, the 12 to 14-year-old boys and girls, they're the ones that care about that.
The Naomi crowd,
angst. You don't understand me, Mom.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, Diamond. It's like they're building it off of teenage angst. That's what it is. I mean, you saw his
It's not
daughter.
quite emo enough to be, Hot Topic,
I
but
don't know. You gotta like hit them with the Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance in the background. Just like start playing Black Parade.
no, they can't do that because Umbrella corporations got that on the lock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. They
Yeah.
do. They do.
That's what happens when like an emo band writes a comic.
Yeah, dude, that's right, Janae. That's right. Look, we ain't here for the Saved by the Bell stuff. We're here for none of that.
Well, they need to pick a lane. You need
They
to either
do.
be teenage
They
angsty
do.
and dark. You need to either be like Hot Topic Batman,
Mm-hmm.
or you need to be like Shiny Happy People.
Right.
You can't mix those two.
And that's what they're trying to do, and it ain't working.
No, there's too much sun to shine in Mayberry.
Yep.
All them white picket fence is a little too clean. And everyone, their 2.5 kids,
And like I say, the show can be good, but I don't care about all this teenage drama. Look, I watch this show for the heroes. I'm 51 years old. Who the heck? I don't care about teenage. Oh, and then the young all-stars trying to get Cindy to join them. That's just stupid. Don't bring a big old fake candy bar, some dead flowers. Would you join us, please? No.
I mean, come on, at least make it as good as a promposal.
Dang.
Like decorate her locker.
Hell, man.
Come on, get her a mum.
Hit her with,
Facebook
like,
user, how you doing?
large signs and such, and balloons just falling.
Yeah.
From how y'all describe it, it reminds me much of like One Tree Hill or Dawson's Creek.
Very much. And I didn't like
Yeah.
those shows when I was that age.
I don't like that. Yeah, I feel you.
But I think we all know I'm a little more Bizarro World.
Wait a minute, what? You never what?
Same, Janae.
Y'all were never asked to the prom?
No.
Aw.
Oh my goodness.
I got all my friends' dates because I had friends that wanted to go to prom, but they were like, and I was like, hold up. I know people. Boys, you want to go to prom? I know girls. Like,
Hey, what's up, Cam? What's up, Cam?
What up,
my
Cam?
boy? Hey, all I need you to do is just register up top. Hit that register button, and when you look up on the screen, hit the register button, and what name you put in there, we'll see who you are at that point. But it's good to have you, bro. Thank you for being here, man. My boy Cam. Well, yeah. You went stag. See, y'all gonna make me throw a prom to come get both of y'all. So y'all say y'all went to the prom with somebody. Let me stop. Your husband kicked my ass. Let me stop. hey, man.
oh no, I had friends that were some of my friends were very like anti-prom.
Mm.
And I'm like, girl, all I'm saying is you should experience prom once in your high school career.
Right.
I'm not saying you have to like really like homie, but just accept that he's going to take you out to dinner.
Exactly.
Buy you some flowers.
Yep.
And like have that experience.
Look.
And like years later, they came back and they're like, yeah, you know what? I'm really glad that you like twisted my arm and convinced me to go.
Look here. When I went to prom my junior and senior year, look, I got the limo, yeah, but everything else I cheap ass that. I took them to Shoney's. You get off the buffet right here. What you gonna do? You eat this buffet? Is it? I got this limo. I ain't spending a lot of money on you. Hey, no. But yeah, Janae. Yeah, Janae gonna make me have you and Diamond. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a prom with some balloons up and everything. Some DJ, all that. I'm gonna
That
come
would
get
be
both
like
of
the
y'all.
most epic live stream. Geek Gauntlet Prom.
That would be awesome, man.
We could make this happen.
We can make it happen. We can make it
Yeah.
happen. Look, I just gotta make sure Janae's husband's on board with it first before I do it. Because
I mean, he could come. There's
he
no
come
reason-
too. Yeah, he could. He
and love watch
could.
the kids for a week. Like that's fine. Like her husband's her date. She gets to wear a fancy dress.
Yep.
And be pretty.
Yep. And she got young kids. She got young kids. My daughter can watch both of them. There you go,
Woo-hoo.
Cam. There you go. Yeah, it's my boy Cam.
Yeah,
You didn't
my
go to
husband
prom-
didn't
your
do his
husband didn't go to
prom
prom
and
either?
I'm like, why not? Yeah.
What? Ah, man, we gotta do Geek Gauntlet Prom.
We gotta make it happen, William.
We gotta make that joint happen. We got to make it happen. We got to. Let me move over real quick here. Give me 1 second.
Sorry, guys.
The other two shows on the docket, I have not been keeping up with, to be honest with you guys. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. I have not been watching it. Ever since the last episode was when I saw when the king passed out. That's the last one I saw.
Well, guess what? The king finally did.
Oh, he dead now?
He did now.
Dang, man. Another time jump. Dang.
So here's the thing. And Diamond, are you caught up on it or are you watching it at all?
I haven't watched any of it.
Okay. So here's kind of the thing that as you watch it transition, you kind of start to see some of that. And the best way to describe it for those of you who've watched Game of Thrones or even seen the memes, it's kind of like the difference between Sansa and her younger sister.
Damn.
And I say that because you have Queen Angry Woman, Teenage Bride, my older husband, I just lay there and let it happen. I don't even remember.
That was funny.
Yeah,
that was funny. He thought he was getting it in, boy. She doesn't.
And she's like, and we done it. She's like filing her taxes.
Yep.
So here she is. She was able to get herself into a position of power as the queen. She was not necessarily born into royalty. She was put in this position where you have this opportunity.
Right.
And she, I think somewhere along the line, started to realize that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. Because you've watched her as she morphs into this just angry, bitter Karen of a woman.
Jesus, man.
Like, she is just like angry and bitter and just, she's kind of a horrible person, to be really honest. But then you have Rhaenyra. Her entire life, she has fought what her destiny was supposed to be. But here she is. She's now got 3 or 4 kids. She is this loving mother, even though she's not about, all of the, we know that her marriage was arranged and it was like, hey, I'm going to do my thing. You do your thing.
Right.
Her husband, unfortunately, has since died. Since William hasn't caught up on that. And she's now married her uncle. It's royalty. That's what they do. But here's the thing. She sat there and fought tooth and nail to not have to be this just baby factory. And she has been able to have a decent life. Like, she is happy with her life. She loves her children. She's kind of accepted that. Not in a way of like, I'm just going to roll over and let things happen. It's, I'm going to take my destiny. Why do I feel like I'm missing something here?
What you say?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, think about it. So let's start with the fact, for those of you that don't know, if it probably hasn't come up on the show, I have furry children. Because for me, that was a choice. I'm like,
right.
I don't want kids. I'll have pets.
I feel you.
That's my thing. I
ain't for everybody now.
I have nieces and nephews that can enjoy my love.
Exactly.
So I can very relate to Rhaenyra.
You can send their ass home.
Yeah, because growing up, and even being a young 20-something, people are always telling you like, "Oh, how many kids you gonna have?" And I'm like, none. You got 5 already.
I can see Cass grandma. I can see Cass grandma right now. How many kids you gonna give me? No.
No, I think the statement was, well, it's probably gonna be sometime after you die. But that side of my family was huge.
Right.
Like, my dad was one of 6.
Damn.
I was an only.
Right.
But like Rhaenyra, like for me, it's like I had other things that justified me as a person,
right?
Other than just being like, hey, look, I can create a human. Look what I made you.
So you gotta take care of for the rest of your life.
I barely take care of me for the rest of my life. Okay.
There you go. Ain't Yeah, because like I said, the kid, particularly nowadays, they ain't cheap.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. You know, Rhaenyra was basically told her entire life, no matter what happens, you're going to have to, like, do this. And she fought it tooth and nail, but then when she finally did become a mother, she's a very loving mother.
Right.
But then her friend who's like, oh, I'm going to marry a king, and I'm going to be the queen, and it's going to be so fantastic, and we're going to have 1 billion babies, is like, all you little crotch goblins need to go to hell.
How the turns have tabled.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's been like a really unique character development. The fact that you're seeing, and in the last episode, what I really loved was how the actor they chose to play the second son, and I don't remember their names, resembles Daemon. Now we know that obviously he is not Daemon's child, but it's that Daemon can relate to him.
Right.
Because he was the second child. He was the Prince Harry. That, you know, yes, you're technically a prince, but you're never going to sit on that throne. So let's find something else for you to do. Okay, buddy?
Yeah, you need something else to do.
And so what do? I mean, just like Daemon, his nephew is an excellent fighter. One-eyed and all with the patch, you know. So, you know, I think you do see a little bit more of, he did get the biggest dragon. He did.
Cool. That's the reason why I watch the show, because I love the dragons.
But I think what people are forgetting with House of the Dragon, when they try and compare it to Game of Thrones, the first couple seasons of Game of Thrones, every other episode was hopping to another family.
Right.
Now you're really kind of digging into, like, really one family with a few other houses that get mentioned and brought up.
They get mentioned in there.
So you're not going to see as much of, because you don't have to deal with 5-6 houses and all of their conflicts with the other 27 houses.
Right.
So I think that's where a lot of people that are comparing the two, just because they're part of the same series, it's, if you weren't House Targaryen, then you probably aren't into it. I get it. I was House Targaryen. I was like a combination between like House Targaryen and like, you know, House Stark. Like I was conflicted between those two. I was like, whoever kills the Lannisters, that's who I'm rooting for.
That's who you're rooting for. That's who you're going for.
You know.
Yeah.
So
now,
yeah.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, no, but I mean that's really where I think people are kind of struggling with it. Is you're still seeing the drama, but you're only seeing it from one family.
Right. Not
think the way
as
that
a collective. Right.
That these could carry on, not necessarily as like, oh, we're gonna have 20 seasons of House of the Dragon, but maybe you've got House of the Dragon, now you've got House of the Wolf, now you start branching out into Dorne, maybe some of these other regions which keep the stories alive, but with different families.
Right. Now another show that I completely stopped watching since the first episode, Lord of the Rings. They need to cancel that thing. That thing trash.
So I hate to disappoint you. Amazon signed up for 5 seasons.
Oh my!
So here's the thing, but William, and I gotta ask you, were you a big fan of Lord of the Rings? Like, were you like, I need to? Okay, see, so I can get where you're not into it, right? Because that's not your wheelhouse. I'm into it from the fantasy aspect. I'm not like, I've never learned how to write in Elvish.
Right.
I haven't, but I like that fantasy realm. Do I have friends that are really into Tolkien and are like, their only complaint is that they skipped over all of the studying part of Galadriel?
Right.
Yeah. Are there a lot of people that are out there talking about it? Yes.
Really?
Yes. So everyone knows I was out adventuring for the last couple of weeks and I wasn't able to be here. I was in a lot of places I wouldn't normally be, around a lot of people that I wouldn't normally be around. And you would hear lots of different conversations where people were talking about the show.
Okay.
So it has an audience. Do I think it's the same as the comic book audience? Do I think that comic book audiences and fantasy audiences are always the same? No, they're not. Oh, that poor bot just totally missed the conversation about how most of us are married. It's fine. It's okay, porn bot. It's okay. We still love you. You still have a place. I'm waiting for the next one to be like sugardaddy.com. You know.
You blocked it.
Anyway,
Oh
I digress. But I think you have an audience for it. Is it necessarily the same audience that's watching Marvel, that's watching Arrowverse? Probably not. But it definitely has a large audience. And the Tolkien audience is a lot like the Star Wars audience.
Right. That are they kind of fickle too. Fickle.
Yes and no. Like they're very picky about who they like. Like if you like elves, you like elves. If you're into the dwarves, you're into the dwarves.
Right.
If you like the hobbits, you like the hobbits.
Right.
So they're very kind of in their little categories. But the
Hold on.
cinematography has been amazing.
Hold on. Janae, what?
How much he offered to pay you, girl?
Wow.
Take the money, send him feet pics. Do it.
He requests something from you. Like, give me pics of your hand, and now it'll be good
to go. Feet pics, girl. Just go get a pedicure and do it. Get him paid for your pedicure. Your husband's a photographer. Like, get feet pics. He can do a great job. Side hustle, feet pics.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, I can say something truthful. It wasn't me.
Her husband gonna beat you up or something.
It wasn't me, man. Oh, look, I ain't getting beat up at all. Nope, it wasn't me. But yeah, those I just can't look. And we're gonna get into we can get to Harry Potter in a second. But I've never been a Harry Potter guy either.
Yeah. I watched most of the movies. I didn't read the books because the books, I'd heard they were really good, but the books came out when I was in my 20s. It's like how I have fun with Pokemon Go.
Yes.
But if you try and talk to me about Pokemon the show, I'm going to glaze over like deer in the headlights.
Right.
Because I'm an old lady. And at the time when Pokemon came out, I was in the club. Well, I'm real straight up. I was in the club. Like, okay.
They didn't give a damn about Pikachu.
Yeah. Didn't give a damn. If I couldn't get it in a bikini in 1998, I didn't care. So certain things like that, like I couldn't relate to.
Right.
Now I was a little bit younger when Power Rangers came out, so I'm like, okay, I understand the hype.
Right.
It wasn't my jam because I saw Voltron first. To me, Power Rangers was rip off Voltron. Even because I didn't know the history. I didn't know the history. So like, okay, go ahead, fanboys, come at me for that.
Right. Well, you gonna get some.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's all engagement to me. I don't care. Go ahead, create catagencia. I don't care. Hashtag my name everywhere. I don't care.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick, I want to say we got a rest in peace pick right here.
Oh no, Hagrid died.
Yeah, rest in peace, bro.
I didn't realize he was as old as he was.
I didn't know either. I didn't know he was that old either. Wow.
I was like, say what? Like he almost as old as my mama.
I didn't know he was that old. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna veer away. We are going to talk about some video game news, and that would be your warehouse, Diamond. What video game news you got for us this week?
So, we have PlayStation Plus. We'll release 23 games for both premium and extra for October 2022, starting on the 18th. So the first game that's going to be released for PlayStation Extra will be GTA Vice City Definitive Edition for PS5 and PS4.
They're coming with it.
The next one will be Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There will also be 5 other Assassin's Creed games that will be added this month. The smaller 2.5 games of Assassin's Creed Chronicles of China, India, and Russia. Along with that will be the full-size Assassin's Creed games of Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
So they're just remastering those two?
Or like the Assassin's Creed 3 was already remastered.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the other two, are they going to be like? Are they like the scrollers that they did?
Mm-hmm. They're like the
Okay,
side scrollers
okay.
you find on mobile games.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure that I was not like totally out of touch on those.
And then for this spooky season, it's going to be the medium for PS5. And another bunch of games that will be released this month is Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2. They're sort of like Minecraft, a mix of RPG. There's also Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2, the hack and slash, and then Dragon Quest 11, the JRPG, and the next game that's going to be released is Inside, and then Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers, that was previously on Plus in June.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, to end off the games for PlayStation Extra will be Hoho-kun. And then for the premium, it'll be Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, all remastered for the PS4. Limbo, and then Ultra Street Fighter 4, and then also Castlevania, Lord of Shadows, and
There you go.
Everyday Shooter. And then and then the next will be Dragon Ball The Breakers just released its launch trailer.
That game looks stupid.
How can it look stupid? It looks so good.
It's stupid. Why would you even waste time on that game?
Why not? It's for money.
I don't get it, man. I just don't. I saw a trailer of it the other day. I just didn't. Sometimes it's taking. I get it's a popular IP. I get it, but sometimes you can take a popular IP too far and ruin it. And I just think Breakers is just going to ruin it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look that great. First of all,
they said the same thing about Dragon Ball Kakarot, and I was like, it looks nice. I have yet to play it though.
Yeah. Sometimes, even though it might be a popular IP, sometimes you just need to leave stuff alone.
Yeah.
And I think this is one time you need to leave stuff alone.
Well, I think DBZ is getting to that point. Like, no matter what you do with it,
I mean,
it's not bringing in. It's not appealing to the younger audiences.
Like Naruto is.
Yeah, or even yeah, I mean, yeah, like Naruto. Right now, Naruto's where it's at. They're the new kids on the block, so to speak. And I think Dragon Ball Z needs to step back and let them have it. Because whether it's video games, whether it's anime, whether it's manga, I think just okay, let's face it, we're all really sick and tired of half a season of Kame next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Like, you know, it's a 6-season Kamehameha just for him to get off this one powerful like shot, and he whiffs it.
And then,
you know, or
how many
more colors of hair can they give them to try and make them more powerful?
And then you have a chance with this new movie to really try to get some new fans. And what you do right after the movie is done, you come out and tell people that the new Gohan and the new Piccolo are not canon.
Which sucks.
Which sucks. And why would you do that? I thought it was funny, to be truthful, because it was wrong at first, but then I started thinking about it. Look at all the fanboys out there that got mad.
Mm-hmm.
That made me just laugh, because these fanboys say something bad about Dragon Ball. Oh, you're the evil of the internet. You're terrible. But Dragon Ball hadn't been good since Z.
Yeah. I mean, it's lost its luster because with anime you can only stick with the same trope for so long.
Right. Well, I'm glad. Glad we're getting Vinland Saga 2 soon. I'm glad we're getting another another season of Attack on Titan. So yeah, those can carry us over. Then you go back and watch the old stuff, because Cashier and Sins is still very, very, even though it's dated, it's still very good.
Yeah.
It's still, what did you say? The creator doesn't remember half his own canon. What did I didn't say? It still look like a demo. Trash. trash. You know what? I haven't seen Chainsaw Man yet, but people are telling me it's good. My son just said, "What?"
I have yet to see that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. But we're gonna definitely check that out for sure. Okay. Janae watched. She said the first episode was good. Cool. Get better, Janae. Let's go ahead and start. And you were talking about She-Hulk real quick. There you go. That's his son, Scar.
Yeah, well, and this was kind of my thing with it. And I think part of what I kind of got out of that season finale was all of us as Marvel fans are. Every season finale has to have this giant fight and this giant super like bring in all these like characters that we haven't seen like since the first episode for this big battle royale. Not everything calls for that.
Right.
And a lot of the finales in the Marvel TV shows are feeling really forced because of that. You know, blame Kevin.
Nah, hey. Janae said she's not into the gore stuff. Of course you're not into the gore stuff. You are a kind, caring, loving, and true person. You are Sailor Moon.
That's why you guys have me, because I'll reach in and rip someone's heart out through their chest. It's fine.
Yes.
Like some Mortal Kombat type stuff.
Yes. Get over here.
Yeah.
Get over here.
I'm not going to say that during spooky season I haven't made dishes that I was told were no longer allowed to be made for potluck.
Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh.
What dishes did you make?
I made a Jello brain. And Jello worms.
Oh.
And I apparently made it all look a little too realistic.
Yeah.
To which my explanation was, if it was a brain and it was outside of the body, it's not pink. It's gray at that point. So I made it pink so it wouldn't be too realistic.
I got you. All right. There's a Spider-Man rumor news pick we got going here. Marvel Studios and Sony are reportedly eyeing a July 12th, 2024 release date for Spider-Man 4. That last Spider-Man movie was good, but I don't know. Do you come up with another one and ruin it?
I'm just tired of the Spider-Man drama.
Yeah.
Like, is Sony gonna let Marvel do it? I don't know. Like, oh, is Disney just gonna buy the rights? Like, I get that it's rumor, but like that's the whole thing. Is like I'm so tired of like the drama of the Sony Marvel Disney relationship. It's like when you have like two people that like act like they don't get along, and you're like, can you two just get it on and get it over with already?
Yeah, Shaw said it's just rumor. Yeah, it is. It's not confirmed yet, but I just think you should just, like I said it before, leave stuff alone. That last movie that Spidey came out with, the Spider movie that came out last time was good. Leave stuff alone.
But if they stop now, then they're gonna have to start all over with dead Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no one wants that again.
Nobody wants that again.
We're tired of that. It's like dead parents in Batman. We're tired of it.
That's true. What else is here? Chloe Grace Moretz confirmed she has spoken with Marvel Studios about potentially playing a villain in an upcoming project. The MCU has reportedly found its new Thunderbolt Ross in Star Wars legend Harrison Ford. That might be a perfect fit. First. That might be a perfect fit. Might be. I don't know. He's gonna have to kind of increase the grumpiness though, because Thunderbolt Ross is grumpy as hell.
Yeah.
He mad, he grumpy.
He's very
get the Hulk.
He's very much like, you damn kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
It's like Nevercracker from Monster House.
Kind of like Fuzzy Lumpkin from the Powerpuff Girls. Get off my property. All right. Let me see. Pick number 12. There's some new MCU release dates. Blade is scheduled to come out 9/6/2024. Deadpool 3, which we all know is going to have Hugh Jackman. 11/8/24. Fantastic Four. I would love to see that casting. 2/14/25. And Avengers Secret War 5/1/26. Okay, I got a question. Who is it gonna be able to hold that long? Because these films have been delayed. So who's gonna hold their interest for that long? I mean, we're talking about next year, the earliest.
I think
next year.
Blade could.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's anticipation for that movie.
Yeah, like we've been trying to get another Blade movie since like the atrocity we called Blade 3.
Oh,
Blade Trinity.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Ryan Reynolds and Triple H.
I hated Triple H in that role.
I liked it. It was hilarious.
But I mean, I think Blade could. I'm not so sure about the others, to be completely honest. Deadpool, Deadpool maybe, because we have seen a lot of time between Deadpool films.
Right.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, the casting. If I'm watching it, that casting has to be perfect. Storyline got to be perfect because we all been burnt by Fantastic Four before, and that last Fantastic Four movie by Michael B. Jordan, even though it's Michael B. Jordan,
it was trash. I hated it.
Yeah, and Avengers. I don't know. I mean, I think the Avengers are going the way of DBZ. That we're all just kind of tired of them. You know.
Yeah. Marvel Comics slate. Oh, that ain't it. We talked about this a little bit last week. Gay Superman comic being canceled. Miniseries takes its place as last chance for writer. We talked about this a little bit. I caught a little bit of flack from what I said, but I still stand behind it. It's the fact that the community it was written for did not support it.
Well, the other side of that though too is the community that's asking for representation in the comic world isn't saying we want you to turn well-known characters into a gay, trans, whatever we're asking for. They're not asking for gay Superman.
Right.
True.
They're fine with Superman Lois Lane. What they're asking for is create characters that represent us.
Right.
In a respectful way.
Right.
Because let's face it, what was it? They called it like the New Warriors or whatever. That was so far off the mark. Because here's the thing. If you would have created characters and given them regular superhero names and regular superhero powers, that would have been something that the community would have gotten behind it.
Yeah, you could have got a lot more traction. Yeah.
But no, you literally name your characters what are perceived to be derogatory terms in the community, and you give them these fluff powers.
Yeah. That's
not representation. That is you mocking the community that is asking you to represent them.
Yep. I agree. First teaser trailers and exclusive clips for fourth season of Titans and Doom Patrol have arrived. There's Beast Boy.
I don't like it. I need him to be all green. He needs to be all green.
I feel you.
I mean, it's better than Starfire's hooker outfit, but
hooker outfit. Caleb McLaughlin, Stranger Things, expressed interest in playing Static Shock in a live action movie.
I don't think DC's going to get that far with that.
I don't think. Look, I love Static. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he can hold enough to be I don't think that can be its own movie. Static will have to be a part of the Titans in order for that to stand a chance.
Yeah. Bring it in as part of the series, or you bring it in as a Static Shock TV show.
Yep.
Because DC, you can do TV, you can't do movies so good.
Right. Exactly. The Power of the Doctor will air September 23rd, Sunday, the 23rd of October. The BBC has also released the final poster for Jodie Whittaker's Regeneration episode, pick number 6. I was in a hurry, but I think I got that one right. Yes. That's it right there.
That looks good.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. Breaking Adult Swim has just announced Rick and Morty is going on a long hiatus until the next episode. Rick and Morty returns November the 20th. I wonder what happened.
Rick and Morty does that from time to time.
Yeah.
As a fan, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, between seasons 1 and 2, there was 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Rick and Morty having like a weird long hiatus. Animation's hard. Let's start there.
Facts.
And if anything went wrong and they had to like, it can cause a delay. It's, so I mean, I'm bummed about it, but
did you guys see about Cartoon Network pretty much?
I heard about like
Warner Brothers.
Or what?
Yeah, I still want to know why the Warner Brother exec is handing it over to his wife and along with a bottle of wine.
I don't get that either.
Because all that they're really, and I get it, reality TV shows are cheap to make. Because everybody wants their 15 seconds of fame, so you can get people to do stupid human tricks.
Right.
Dirt cheap.
Right.
Even like the prize money on these shows is less than what it takes to produce a regular TV show. So I get it where it's like, oh, we're hemorrhaging money. We're just going to bring in more reality TV. But I think to a certain extent, people are kind of burnt out on that.
But like, didn't Cartoon Network do that years ago? And it wasn't like a good, or it was good, but it was during an era that was like not a lot of people like watched it like that.
Right, but like, so like what Warner is trying to do is bring more attention to their Discovery shows.
Right.
Like people flipping houses and remodel shows and real estate shows, even though the market is totally trash. And apparently, if you don't already own a home, you just better keep that as a pipe dream.
Yep.
At least for the next couple of years. But that's what Discovery wants to focus. That's what Warner Brothers wants to focus on to make that money with Discovery. Which is probably not smart because the people that like those shows are probably going to die soon anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
Bring back over Home Edition.
We got some Hunter x Hunter news. Hunter x Hunter Magna returns with new chapters on October 23rd. Okay, that's cool. Good anime. I haven't read the manga, but it's a decent anime. The Expendables 4 we hit theaters on September 22nd, 2023. Okay.
Aren't these guys about to start like breaking hips doing those stunts now?
And there's no Bruce Willis.
They're all old as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bruce is sick, so he can't do it anymore. So DBC ripoff.
Hey, maybe that's what will replace DBZ is Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like step down DBZ.
Yeah. Let the kids take over, Grandpa.
Let me see. I heard about this earlier. Star Trek Picard trailer. LeVar Burton's real life daughter, Mecca Burton, will play Ensign Alana LaForge, who serves in Starfleet with her father. Ashari Sharp Chestnut will portray Ensign Sidney LaForge, Heisman of the USS Titan A. Let me see. Breaking NBC has ordered more episodes of his Quantum Leap revival series. And Need for Speed Unbound was just announced for the next generation consoles and PC. Unbound will reflect the franchise's returns to its street racing roots and will include the input of rapper A$AP Rocky. 8, 9, 10, and 11. I think I have those. There you go. That's one.
Once again, it should all just be Need for Speed and just new DLCs.
Yes.
Right.
I feel the same way about GTA though too. So, because GTA really kind of lost it for me when they would no longer let me beat hookers and take their money.
Damn.
We know that's how I roll, William.
Damn. All right. That is all right. Let's see. Is there anything else? Nope. That is it. All right. What does everybody have going on that they're doing on websites, whatever you got going on? What are you guys doing?
Well, my shop just opened for the holidays on Etsy.
Okay.
You can find it at Shield Maiden's Creative Creations. You're going to see new stuff coming about once a week.
Okay.
Of course, all kinds of other goodies that are already there that of course I'm going to maintain the stock on. But yeah, got everything set up and rebranded and good to go.
Okay. And real quick, Diamond, what you got going on?
I'm still playing Yakuza, so just be on the lookout for more videos of that.
Oh, and with the Quantum Leap news, keep an eye out. I'm going to be writing a piece for Geek News Now, comparing the original to the new series, because I was a fan of the original back in the day. That was one of those things, like every week me and my dad would watch it.
Yeah.
And so I am apparently the foremost expert on Quantum Leap at this point. So we got to talk about that a little bit. So
There we go. All right. We will real quick. Janae, get better, hurry back. Shaw, get your internet fixed. And I want to thank everybody for doing us in the chat room tonight. We do appreciate you guys coming. And if there is nothing else, thank you for watching the Geek Gauntlet podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Everyone have a good week, have a safe week, and take care. Later, guys.